Hi, this is DJ Mondo. Welcome back to another episode of the Atomic Luau. And welcome back to another episode of SketchLab. It's been a while since I did any sketching. Just making sure I don't go out of practice here and keep trying to put a dent in the promise that I made to finish the unfinished sketches on my iPad, which actually I guess I'm kind of working backwards here because I'm starting new sketches that I'm not finishing. So it's a bust. It's a complete bust. Nothing's working, and this is just adding to the problem. So anyway, I got this bug to draw a picture of a supporting character in my my DJ Mondo comics. This is Naya, the Martian man crusher, DJ Mondo's girlfriend, and I realized, okay, and a big bit of backstory on the Naya character. This is actually a revamp of a character from an old movie from the 1950s called Devil Girl from Mars. And if you ever see that film, it's the first 20 minutes of it is just god-awful boring, but the film is about a Martian who crash lands in the rural area of England, and it's a woman from Mars who is a scientist, and she's got this spaceship and she's got this robot, and she's planning to take over the Earth. But the thing is, and she's a scientist from Mars, but she built this robot, but she built this spaceship herself, and she's from a matriarchal society where women have taken over the planet of Mars, and but she flies this spaceship to Earth, and because they explain it in the movie that Earth's atmospheric density was more than she anticipated. So when they hit the atmosphere, part of the ship broke off, and she's forced to crash land instead of London, where she was originally intended to go. She lands in the rural area of England, countryside. And so, wait a minute, you're from this sophisticated society on Mars, but your bullcrap ship hit a patch of hard air, and part of it broke off, and you're forced to crash land. And your ambition is to take over the planet when it's just you and a big wonky robot and this one spaceship. Okay, well, even if it is the 1950s, good luck. But anyway, I got intrigued with that character, and so I decided to make an updated version of this character. And give her some attributes from some other stuff, like she's kind of got this. I don't know how many guys out there who are into Warhammer. If you're watching this, she has this kind of Sisters of Battle sort of feel to her, and I wanted to give her a power claw on one hand, a power hand on one side, but I gave her this hammer, and this is the Martian love hammer, since they are at war with love. This is the love hammer with which she crushes love. So that she's got that, and this robot arm over here expands into like a power arm and stuff. And also she's got these two Martian cats that are her companions, and I kind of think of them as those. I don't know if you ever saw this movie called Attack the Block, where the monsters in that movie are these really, really dark quadruped, furry quadrupeds from outer space, but the only thing you can see in them, they're so dark that they absorb all light, with the exception of their teeth and their mouths, which glow green. And I wanted to do something like that with these kind of animals right here, just a big mass of black with just glowing eyes and teeth. So but anyway, I'm sketching out this thing right here. Now, the original idea was for her to be on this mountain on Mars, but then I thought, well, I want to put Mars in the picture here. So this was supposed to be Mars hovering over the over the scene here, and so which means that she's on one of the moons of Mars, either Phobos or Deimos. But you also got Phobos and Deimos in the actual picture here, the two moons in the picture. So the question then becomes, where the hell is she? Where is she standing when this is being drawn? So this is poor planning on my part. So it doesn't tell much of a story. It's just a woman in space armor with a hammer and two cats standing somewhere near Mars, but not one of their moons. So, you get what you get. Anyway, let's put on some music, sketch this out a little bit more. I don't know if I'll get to a point where I'll start inking it, but I at least want to get it blocked in until I figure out what I want to do with the rest of it. So let's play some music. Kind of Cheshire cat looking sort of creatures here, but I wanted to have that blacker than black look to them, just all dark and just eyes and teeth. Maybe kind of a blue glow, but I think I want to stick with she's kind of dressed in black with red highlights and stripes here. Supposed to be a contrast to DJ Mondo's black with blue highlights. So maybe the cats should have those same kind of red highlights, red eyes and teeth. I don't know, that look kind of funny around the mouth if it's just red, but we'll see. Some giant paws. Try not to overdo it on the details there. That's why I get caught up in is with a lot of the details, But worry about that during the inking. I don't know. Do you sketch your details first, or do you take care of that during the inking process? I don't know. 6 of one, half a dozen the other. A lot of people, will just do the sketching for just the broad strokes, block ends, but some other people will do really intricate pencil work, leaving nothing to the imagination for the inker. So I don't know. I don't know what's best. I should block out this loincloth on her. There we go. My cursor turned into an eraser for a moment. It does that on its own spontaneously. I think I'm missing my drawing glove. One second. It's in the other room. You know what? I'm not even going to go and get it. I'm not even going to go and get it. Some detail on the loincloth. Instead of, I used to do skulls on her belt, but instead I'm going to do these little alien heads. On her belt are like notches of aliens that she's destroyed. Or is it a family thing? I don't know. Let's put some beads or something here. Loincloth. Shop that loincloth. Now we need to do a lot of those geometric shapes like Jack Kirby used to do. They had that kind of Mayan writing sort of look to things that he was good at, that represented alien artifacts. Just something to break up the flatness, break up the monotony. I don't know why she has this peg axle that goes through the arm here, which she's not a robot, but I don't know. She's got this. I guess that's part of her armor, her power armor. Detail some seams here. I guess this pops up because it's a scanner of some kind or access port. Oops. Some detail of this thing. I've been detailing the fingers a whole lot here. She should have kind of like claws on this side. I'm not sure which one of her left or her right arm. I'm going to make a 40K, a Warhammer 40K Power Claw. Should be one of those, but I think she transforms her armor transforms from like regular to Power Claw on one side. This will have I'm gonna make this metallic, and red will show through. The hearts glow when she's about to strike. So hearts in these access lines here. Oh, not bad. And she's got a hood. I'm kind of stuck on the hood, and she's also got this kind of war paint. These giant alien earrings. The widow's peak in there. So I'm gonna put this kind of Olympus Mons thing in the back, which it can't be Olympus Mons because guess what? That's Mars up there. That's not. She's not on Mars. What am I doing? I don't know. She's not on Mars. I really want that to be bigger. I really want that Martian thing to be bigger. Let's see if we can change the what's the layer here? What layer am I in? That's the cleanup layer. Cleanup layer. There you go. That's the layer. That's the Mars layer back there. I'm gonna make that Mars layer even bigger. That should be gigantic like that. I want everybody to know that this is Mars. Now it is you who will learn the power of Mars. Should be that? Nah. Do we want it to fill the whole space? No, we don't want it to fill the whole space. No, we want it above her head. It's kind of hard to place it. You don't want to create this kind of like tangent kind of placement right here. But I don't know. Well, that will push her to the foreground if she's in front of that plane right there. So I don't know. Let's see. Should it be offset? Maybe to the side a little bit. Let's try that. We can always change it. I don't even care. There we go. That works better. That's kind of got that John Carter sort of feel to it. You know. And she's got this. Well, change layers. Clean up, back to cleanup layer. Let's just mask that off for a second. There we go. Push that back a bit. Let's do the Same thing over here. Try it again. There we go. That's a little better. Some more mountains in there. Not too much detail. Those are going to be pushed back there. Get that kind of parallax view in there. Yeah. Just to make it look like it's grounded. It's kind of cheating on the ground here. That'll be good enough to draw the attention to the center here. There we go. Don't know if I like the placement of these pipes on the left side armor here. But maybe we can change them out. I think they shouldn't really be pointing at her face, I guess. Let's try something different here. Swipe them out. Let's angle them a bit different. Let's try it like that. I always put those pipes on there when I draw power armor. That's to vent the excess heat that's coming off of the power armor. Because when you're essentially wearing a nuclear reactor, you got to vent the heat. Okay, that's better. Hand down here needs some work. But that's the basic gist of it right there. some Martian runes on this thing. If you can read any of that, congratulations, you're Martian. She's kind of a cross between Sisters of Battle and Doctor Doom. And to be fair, the original Naya in the movie Devil Girl from Mars, the movie had some interesting concepts in it. The spaceship that she created was made of organic metal. It was grown rather than built. And when it was damaged in the atmosphere, she crash landed and she was waiting for the ship to heal itself, to cool down and heal itself, which is an interesting concept at the time. I mean, it was that movie's from like the 1950s, and you wouldn't think that they had an interesting concept like that, but it was kind of cool. And the robot that she had was, I don't know if it was the way she described it, was that it was an electronic brain, some kind of positronic brain that was made from a living brain or something like that, or it was called Chani. I don't know what Chani stands for, but it was an interesting concept that this 1950s movie had that you wouldn't think had some concepts that wouldn't come along until like later science fiction films. But if you ever watch it, Devil Girl from Mars, it's an interesting watch. But she's, Patricia LaFawn plays the the Martian scientist, but she's a real, a real B. But a really interesting film. If you can get through the first 20 minutes of it, it's actually kind of interesting. Watch some good sci-fi concepts in there that you wouldn't normally see. But yeah, living metal spaceship. What is that? A grip or something like that? I don't know. Maybe another 10 minutes or so. Get this sketch complete. I don't want to put too much detail on the cats here because they're just going to be a black mass like those characters from Attack the Block. You ever see the characters, the creatures from Attack the Block? I think they're great. Really simple concept, but yeah, mostly just black with highlights on there. Okay. I think that works pretty good. And then I'll flesh out, because, yeah, you got Mars in the background with Phobos and Deimos visible. So this Martian scientist, is she on Mars? I don't know. Guess not. Yeah, unless she's at one of those kiosks at the shopping mall where they take your photo and where they take your photo in front of like different environments or some shit. So yeah, I guess so. All right. Well, that's good enough. And where's our light gonna hit here? I don't know. What's that? Yeah, I got to get on the ball and start completing some sketches here. I'll flesh this out a little bit more when flesh out the details on this. I mean, that's supposed to be another like rotating joint right here. Which is why do you have that? Because I guess she's an organic creature. She really doesn't need to have that on there. But whatever. I don't have to explain every detail. I don't need to explain myself to you. She has a kind of undergarment there for the armor. All right, that'll work. That's a good starting point. We'll throw some background on there and maybe some nebula to break up the sky in the background, for space purposes. But I think the main color scheme of her gear is going to be black with red highlight. Oh, it's getting late. Okay. Which will be in contrast to DJ Mondo's black with blue highlights. So yeah, I think it works. To do something with the shoes here. I was eventually going to give her a set of a pair of dragon boots, like Gene Simmons from the old Kiss, but I didn't want to go into that much detail on here. But we'll further plot these boots out. Knee pads and such. And I was going to put some like flames or something around her hand because she's part technology and part mystical. But we'll see how that goes. Can always add that in later. Throw another layer on the final, and and put that in there. So we'll see. Okay, but that's it so far. Yeah, it was kind of fun. And that's the kind of super villain girlfriend that DJ Mondo would end up with. Someone who's gone to war with men and needs to be so there you go. And she needs some war paint. She has a war paint that will eventually be on the face here. You can see the outline here, but this design is those will be, should probably be, I don't know if they, well, no, they probably won't be red. I'll probably make them white, but you're supposed to, when you see that line combination, you're in trouble, because that's the Martian war paint logo configuration there. Okay. All right, well, I think I'll cut it off here. I'm going to try to do more of these, and I've been really neglecting my drawing lately, and definitely rejecting them on the and neglecting them on the live streams. But I should really sketch more. And it's like I really want to do, and I want to do more color work. I get lazy when it's time to start doing the color work, but I'll see if I can rectify that, because it's like usually you do the inking and you're like so happy to be done with the inking that you don't want to do the coloring. So I don't know, but we'll see. I'll place some flats down. I'll see what's the best approach to this, to either place down the shadows first in their own layer and then put your flat colors down, or vice versa. Or just start working with the backgrounds. Just really start working with the backgrounds and put a really detailed background in there. I want to put like some kind of nebulas and stars and stuff in the back. See how that goes, and then work on the mountains. But we'll see. Anyway, I'm going to break it off here. Thanks for watching. If you watch, check me out at DJ Mondo, DJMondosRave.com. This is the Atomic Luau. Check out my YouTube channel, Atomic Luau, or DJ Mondo's Rave for all the music stuff. And visit DJMondosRave.com. Check out the merch section. Pick yourself up a t-shirt. As usual, this broadcast is done in conjunction with Bunfingers College Radio. Bunfingers College, the most cost-effective educational alternative in the outer solar system. And check it out. They do good work over there. Anyway, thanks for watching, and good night.